Sir, you gave strongly worded statements throughout the conference, but the biggest criticism against ASEAN is that it's just a big talk shop. What did the leaders agreed upon to make sure that your interventions would actually be translated into concrete actions that our countrymen can feel at sea?
Well, first of all, I don't agree that this is just a talk shop. But even if it were, I'd rather be talking than watching conflict. So if the talking is keeping conflict away, then ASEAN will have achieved at least one of its most important purposes. But I think what is important is that we are able to once again make our position very clear on different issues. Of course, South China Sea was a big part of that. And we, once again, as I have always strived to do, made our position clear, the Philippines' position clear, on how we see our sovereignty, our territory, our sovereign rights, and how we must be allowed to exercise them. So, again, it is important for the Philippines, for example, to be able to explain to member states and the other leaders who have come to join us the situation as we face it, because understandably they do not live with this situation day to day, and it is important to make them aware that it is getting better, it's getting worse, it's about the same. We're finding ways, and to show that, and it is important. It is always very useful because at some point there are many offers of help, and they say if that is the problem, maybe we could do this. Maybe our country can send vessels. Maybe we can have joint operations. Maybe we can have discussions. Maybe I can serve as an interlocutor. All of these offers, which would not come if we did not make our position clear and explain to them what the present situation is, how the situations have evolved. I'm not talking only about South China Sea here. I'm talking about climate change. I'm talking about renewables. I'm talking about the development of gender equality, etc. All of these different, very important issues need to be discussed and need to be ventilated, so that everyone knows what everyone else is doing, how everyone feels, and how we can bring it all together to make it a cohesive effort that will make true changes.
Sir, just a follow-up question. What were the concrete commitments given by ASEAN nations for the Philippines to be able to carry out its duties and protect its rights and interests in the South China Sea?
Well, there were these, as I said, these offers of joint exercises, of continued discussions onto how we can keep the South China Sea a peaceful and prosperous area of commerce, to maintain the peace, to maintain the freedom of navigation. So these are things that perhaps might not be expressed in open session, but are expressed on the sideline. Much of the work actually that gets done here is in the sidelines, where you talk to one leader or a small group, over a cup of coffee. I mean, it's not like we organize a meeting. We just say maybe we can. They pull you over and they say maybe we can help here, or why are you doing that? We don't think that that's the best idea. Whatever, but it's all helpful. It's all helpful.
Sir, last, which countries explicitly expressed interest?
No. You have to keep. These are private conversations, and I would not like to put them in a spot by talking about the specifics of what we had discussed. Only to say that they for the most part, our neighbors and all the interested parties, which include the EU, certainly the United States, have all come to talk to us and say that there's much that we can still do, and let's explore this or let's explore that.
At least half of ASEAN?
Oh, more than half.
Thank you.
Mr. President, Ivan Mayrina, GMA Sala.
Hi.
Sir, my question is about the home front. Ito ho ang unang biyahe ninyo that you did not designate the Vice President as the caretaker.
Oh.
How should we read into this, Mr. President?
Oh, because she's not part of the administration anymore. She's still in government, but she left the administration. So she's not part of the administration anymore. So she's not she's not part of the really the day-to-day running of what we are doing. So it would be unfair to ask her to now to impose that duty on her, since that's not part of her her work now. Yeah.
Should it not be construed as a complete falling out or maybe a sign of distrust on your part towards her?
No, it's a very practical. It's a very practical reason, actually. That's how I came to that conclusion. If you notice, the membership of the executive committee are all parts of. They're all members of the cabinet up to now. So that would seem to be the obvious way to handle it.
Sir, ang sinabi po niya, hindi raw kayo friends. How would you describe your relationship with the Vice President now?
That's a good question. I don't know anymore. I'm not quite sure I understand. I'm a little dismayed to hear that she doesn't think that we are friends. I always thought that we were, but maybe I was deceived.
Mr. President, Ana of GMA News Online.
Good afternoon, sir. So
Yes.
can we just get your reaction on the allegation of Senator Bato de la Rosa?
Hmm.
Malacanang allegedly tapped a certain Mary Ann Maslog in an effort to link former President Duterte.
Who's Mary Ann Masnog?
Allegedly, she was tapped by Malacanang to link former PRRD Senator Bongo and Police Major General Carama to Pogo-related crimes.
No, I don't know anything about that. I don't know who this person is.
Sir, in relation to Pogo, sir, there's an information that Alice Go is being implicated by a Chinese spy named She Zhejiang, who's currently detained in Thailand. What's your reaction to this, sir?
Well, as this process has been going on, more and more people are coming out of the woodwork to help us in our investigations, and this is just, I think, another one of those. This is just a natural evolution of the hearings that are being conducted in the House, and I suppose the case build-up, because cases will be filed, have been filed, and will be filed against them. So it's just a natural process, and we're at least of course this helps the effort. If people are willing to testify or are willing to provide information that will lead us to the truth, and that is what we are after.
Sir, ano na lang po yung recent efforts natin to address espionage, sir, sa Philippines?
Well, maybe we shouldn't talk about what you are doing to address espionage, and that would be counterproductive.
The next question will come from Ramon. Nikki.
Hi, sir. China's actions in the South China Sea have been escalating, but ASEAN nations, say for Vietnam, have been deafeningly silent, if not neutral, for the matter. What novel strategies can the ASEAN adopt in order to prevent further Chinese aggression in the South China Sea? What was the intention of raising maritime tensions at the ASEAN-China summit when countries usually take it up in other forums like the EAS or the ARS?
Well, we take every opportunity that we can, again, to make the Philippine position clear. Our intent really is at this point. What we are doing is trying to manage the situation. There's all of us who have been working on this problem for a while. Have come to the conclusion there's no silver bullet here that will solve the problems immediately. So we have to just manage it so that there's no conflict, that it does not erupt into a hotter confrontation than it already is. So what we in the Philippines' approach to maintaining and to protecting our sovereignty is to keep a presence. Basta't meron tayong barko doon, meron tayong mangingisda, meron tayong presence doon sa bawat lugar. Ngayon, kung meron mga mangyayari na ini-intimidate yung ating mga fishermen o hinaharang yung ating mga barko, yung mga Coast Guard, we'll just have to deal with it. But nonetheless, whatever happens, we will maintain that presence. It's because it is important to show the world and our people that we are in the business of protecting our sovereignty. We are in the business of maintaining of protecting our territorial imperatives. We are insisting on exercising our sovereign rights.
Sir, it was the Philippines that first proposed the creation of a code of conduct in the
Yeah.
South China Sea. When we couldn't get that, the Philippines pushed for the adoption of a declaration of conduct in 2002, and we're hosting the ASEAN in 2026. Will we push for the conclusion of the COC?
Every single day we push for the conclusion of COC. Because then that will provide the basis I'm sure that will come when the time if and when we have that COC. Then it will lay down the rules for everyone to follow, and it will stabilize the situation. That's why it is so important. That's why I don't want to make it a small matter that we really push. In fact, in almost every one of my interventions here at this ASEAN summit, we mention that and say that the solution for now to this is, well, no, not for now. The solution in the end will be to have a COC, and we are always pushing for it. We have to accelerate the negotiations. We have to define our terms already as quickly as possible, so we can talk about the issues. That's a very important part of our argument.
Sir, last question, sir. So with that in mind, how do you think the ASEAN should accelerate those talks? You've pushed it in your interventions. How do you think the other ASEAN member countries could accelerate?
I think the onus is now on China to accelerate those talks. ASEAN has been waiting for a long time.
That's about it, Mr. President.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Sir.